On a non-profit literary magazine thing, we publish essays and stuff in it as well. And we have a site at scars.tv where you can find your own writing in it. And John Yanko over here was looking at his own writing about fascism and democracy in the United States. And then this guy comes up and he sings this. And he shows it to me and I'm like, John, would you like to read this right now off the thing online? So please give it up for John.
Yeah, it is kind of funny. I'll let you guys try to figure out when this was actually written.
Okay.
It's an older piece.
Oh, but she gives it up now. She says it's an older piece.
Well, it's not from last week, no.
It's war. So this is called Fascism and the Delivery of Democracy to the Middle East. It's a short little essay I wrote a while ago. Before you go passing on judgment about me based on the title of this piece, let me explain myself. I enjoy the blessings of this country, and I have served in both the Army and the Marines, so that others may enjoy the blessings that I have helped secure. I know that in the United States, we have the best form of government the human mind is currently capable of creating. Maintaining it is a delicate balance between security and liberty. As Ronald Reagan said, freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. There are many ways of looking at fascism. Generally, when one thinks of it, those who remember and think, those who study who study history, think of Mussolini and Hitler. They think of the dark side of the human condition. Fascism is, in its primary state, a political philosophy, an ideology. It is relatively new, having its birth in the latter part of the 19th century and not really taking root until the 1890s. It is a romantic philosophy, a philosophy based on intuition and emotion and mythology. The corporate state is built around the strong leadership of an individual, where the industry is controlled by a combination of the workers and the owners under the watchful eye of a benevolent government. The heroic, omnipotent father figure is the embodiment of the will of a nation acting on divine mandate. It espouses an extreme form of nationalism which insists that citizens are subordinate to the state. We are merely a part of the national whole, which alone gives meaning to our lives. At its core, fascism denies that humans are motivated by reason and logic, but by mythological stories. Fascism promotes social Darwinism, insisting that struggles between nations are natural and inevitable. So here we are as a nation, divided, falling in line behind President, insert a name here, to support his mandate to carry out his agenda in the Middle East. Irrespective of the quality of form of government that we have, it is still fascism when we engage in the establishment of democracies. We have no right, no moral ground to stand on to push our form of government on any other nation. This nation building that the White House has led us into is a form of social Darwinism. One cannot use warfare to accomplish what that person feels is morally worthy goal. Ethics would call that goal morally tainted. We must let the people of, insert the country name here, select the form of government that they choose. Our forefathers rose up against colonialism of the British Empire and shed their blood so that we may live free. You may say that the voter turnouts at the polls in, insert country name here, is an indication of the people's will to be free and democratic. I believe they wish to be free. I also believe that the voter turnout is more a reflection of the fear of another imperialist cloaked in the benevolence of the United States military. In addition, are the people of, insert country name here, aware of what freedom means? Do they understand the need for self-reliance and personal responsibility in a free society? Fascism is delivering democracy to the Middle East, whether they want it or not. Now that we have begun this campaign of nation building, are we prepared to pay the toll on this highway to a grand global democracy?
That's really good. Thank you, John.
Yes, I own guns, but I'm a very peaceful person.
No, I agree with that.
Oh, they're recording.
Yeah.
You've
I've
got that
got
on
John recorded. I was thinking, oh, I should
Well
record
done,
this,
John.
or should I, or what? I had to put on my jacket
Yeah. Did you cool?
so that I could wear my, yeah, so cold, man. because I thought I would start with my Wink Martindale mic, and I thought I'd read one more poem that is going to be included in this mock-up of the cover of the book that'll be out in a month, called Pharaoh Memes, Haiku, Twitterverse, Instagram, and Poetry. And it's called that because I have a lot of them that have images in them. This one does not, so you're just going to hear a poem, and this is called Order in the Chaos. Believe me, I understand the science to it all. I understand that there is order in all the universe. So if people like order so GD much, why don't they appreciate seeing the way glass breaks into such beautiful patterns? Why don't they ever appreciate the order in the chaos? I see generic concrete blocks from the sidewalks, but I'm more fascinated with the cracks. Something uproots the system we humans try to make, leaving the deep, dark chasms, a place for microscopic monsters to hide, or maybe even a plant to seed, take root, grow. A glass vase may be beautiful for flowers, but the flowers end up dying, and they'll die, and the stems will go brittle. So keep the stems around for as a memory, maybe, and then throw that vase against the room, only to watch the shards break into tiny fragments. Suddenly see beauty in the refracting light in shards. Be careful to not cut your hands on the glass, unless you're into that, but study the breaks. There is a rhyme to every tear. There is a beauty in the way everything falls apart and dies. Stop wanting cookie-cutter perfection in everything. Life isn't that way, and that's exactly how it all should be. This is a very, very short poem, and it will have an Instagram image with it as well that I will share with you. And it was written on National Camera Day. And it is called Kept My Eye on You. I've kept my eye on you. You say I'm obsessed and you fear that bullet sound, but that's just my shutter.
Oh.
That's kind of so short but sweet. The last piece that I have for you is another song, and it's not by me, and I'm perfectly willing to sing it by myself. I'm just showing off my camera lens, my Minolta camera lens for glass. The next song I'm going to sing is a song that's originally by Depeche Mode, but I'm changing the words in the chorus. And oftentimes when I sing it with John, if he's willing to sing it with me. If not, I'll sing it by myself.
Oh, come on, sing it.
Good one, John, yeah.
Would you like to use the Wink Martindale mic, or?
No, I'll just dump it out. Yep.
Okay, well then we've got a plan.
I do it.
With alternate words and a chorus, this is the bottom line. Like a cat dragged. What? Do you know the key?
No, I don't know the key.
How about you join me when you like a cat dragged in from the. That's what it is. There you go. Like a cat dragged in from the rain, who goes straight back out to do it all over again. I'll be back for more. It's something that is out of our hands, something we will never understand. It's a hidden law. The apple falls, destiny calls. I fall in love with you, like a moth on the eternal board, like a pawn on the eternal board, who's never quite sure what he's moved toward. I walk blindly on, and heaven is in front of me. Your heaven beckons me enticingly. When I arrive, it's gone. The river flows. The wise man knows I've fallen in love with you. I'm yearning, I'm burning. I feel love's wheels turning. Like a moth on love's bright light, I will get burned each and every night.
Okay.
Different lines.
See, I'm used to doing the guitar in my hand, so I can't think right without the guitar in my hand.
Yeah, do you want to play? All right, then I'm just gonna sing the chorus. The sun will shine, the bottom line. I fall in love with you. The sun will shine, the bottom line. I fall in love with you. The sun will shine, the bottom line. I fall in love with you. The sun will shine, the bottom line. I fall in love with you. And actually that song was sung at our wedding.
Oh,
And
nice,
so
nice.
usually if there was ever an open mic, and I think the first time I had moved here, first open mic I ever had was through Expressions at the High Faith Center with Tom, and we made a point to sing that song because it was our wedding anniversary. If we happen to be out, that's a song we'll do, because that was sung at our wedding. It was literally our wedding anniversary, and I'm like, yeah, we'll do that then, so, which seemed perfect. And since I'm talking about Tom, it seems perfect to bring Tom up, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Tom.